Yes. Good afternoon, one. Good afternoon, all. Well, good afternoon from the UK. So, gonna wait for a couple of people to come in. Got another model today as well. Well, another model here, which we've had for a few days to go through. So, I'm just gonna wait for a couple of people to come in. As I said, good afternoon, everybody in the UK, in Europe, Australia, America, Africa, India, wherever you're from. Good afternoon to you. Big up all the music people across the globe. Big up all the sound man and woman across the globe as well. And big up everybody across the globe. Yeah, nice to see you. Smiley faces, that's how we like to do it. Simple Things Audio. Just before I start the video, in case you forget, tomorrow night, Simple Things Audio, Put the Needle on the Record, the tag team edition, down there at Casey's in Greenford, UB6 9QN2 Ruislip Road. Free entry, 9 till 3. Sean P and Christian T, the Groove Seekers team. Mr. Yabba and Christine are the Patriots team. And Father Chalky and Bumpy G is the Simple Things team. So that's tomorrow night, so don't forget that. Okay, we're here for a reason, so we're just waiting for a couple of people. We want to talk about another amplifier that I've got here as well. Lots going on about amplifiers lately, you know, different amps coming from different companies, different types, blah, blah, blah. You know, a lot of things, a lot of arguments, a lot of zeros, this and that, you know. So if you're into that side of things, then, you know, keep watching the video, because that's what it's about. We're here to just discuss a little sound technology and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just going to show you a couple of things while I'm there. I want to just show you the model that Cousin Ren from APS is he's put together, and let me give you a explanation. Yeah, I cannot give you complete specs or specs on the amp at the moment. Yeah, because this is, as we call it, the Frankenstein model. It is the prototype, so I call him Frank, the APS Frank model. Okay, so I can't give you full specs or details, but I'll give you some information as we chat. Big up John, nice to see you in the afternoon and everything. Right, okay, let's get on. I'll show you the amp in a second, but there are, for those who know, you know, a lot of the 1U amps floating about which have come from China side and blah blah blah. Now there's a few of the different companies who have them, as people know, Admark, CVR, Sinberson, you know, a few of them companies there have these 1U amps which come out of a couple of factories in China, built in and blah blah blah. So let me make some quick explanations now. So these amps are put together and built in China. You can, you know, they're built there, then they're shipped to here, there and everywhere and blah, blah, blah. Now, you can get these amplifiers, all parts of the amplifiers, from the actual manufacturers. If you want to buy a board, if you want to buy casings, if you want to buy parts, you can do these individually. If you dig deep, you don't have to go to the companies such as Admark and blah blah blah. You can dig deep and get this. This is why this is going to be this explanation. Big up Ras Tuffy, long time I ain't seen you. Enough respect due to you. Keep your lyrics going, my friend. Keep your lyrics going. Anyway, with the amplifiers, as has been shown by Wossy in America, these amplifiers you can buy and then disassemble and reassemble in your own way, not like the QSCs, the Crowns and blah blah blah, where you had to have the correct components. You can change these components inside now to higher graded components, to better components, blah 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 blah, what have you. You know, it can be quite, if you know what you're doing, it can be done. So you just buy boards, or you can just buy a casing and put your own amplifier the way you want it together. And then if you want to, you know, you can resell them on. If you don't want to, you can just keep a one away. It will be down to the individual. But that's how a lot of them amplifiers do work. A lot of them are bought from, let's just say Admark for now, from Admark. And Admark would then, you know, if a board blows, they'll send you out a board. You can replace the board, which in another video we're going to chat about that thing as well. But they'll send you a board, you replace the board inside, same as, everything nice. Yeah. Now you got people who know about these things hard, who are quite happy to buy the shells, to buy individual boards, and then disassemble them. Yeah. And then reassemble the amp, upgrading parts, upgrading components, and doing inside works to make these amps work better for them. Now you got people in companies who do these, and you got individuals who do this. Yeah, there are people scattered about who do it for people. Yeah, so the reason I'm giving these explanations is because I don't want everybody to say, oh, it's the same as this and it's the same as that. There are people about who put in the work to take apart these amplifiers. If you look at Acid and a couple of them man who, Mark Dragon and them man who make them videos there, they will show you internally the works and the in and outs, what they have to do when a board is blown, and why they keep that blown board for themselves and things like that. Yeah, so you know, people have a habit of saying, oh, it's the same as this, it's the same as that. You have to look inside to be honest. Yeah, you have to look inside and inspect it carefully before you start saying these things. I've already had argument and had to prove privately to people about certain things and send them certain pictures and then send them certain close-ups just to show them. So that I'm just saying that just so that people know that not every amplifier, depending on where you're getting it from or who you're getting it from, is always going to be the same internally, because it looks the same externally. Yeah, because you can get different plates, you can get different boards, you can get different shells, but you can make it look the same externally but completely change it around internally. Right? So that is that. I just wanted to give them explanation there so that people know. Now, big up Cousin Ren on this amp. Like I said, I can't give you the total specs on this amp. I can just tell you it is a very serious, I've done some boom booms with it. It's a very, very serious, powerful amp. It would probably, yeah, if not more than likely, leave the AD42 behind. It is seriously powerful. But more time, I'm a man who's into tone. Big up Neville, yeah, and big up Jeff. Big up Jeff, I'm glad you're watching, because, you know, a few things. I want you to do some of these videos, Jeff, where you're chatting, where you're talking to people instead of putting up them things, you know, educate them ways. Anyway, this amplifier we have here, which Cousin Ren from APS has put together, I call the amplifier Frank because it's a Frankenstein model, which we're doing. It's a prototype and everything. Majority of the work has been done, but I don't want to tell you the total until we know 100%. Yeah, we might keep it as a one away, might see where we go from there. Yeah, so let me show you the amp itself. Good afternoon, one and all. Let me just turn this around. Okay, here we are. This is it here. As you can see, the APS bass. Okay, this is the model here. Now, as you can see, there's a couple of companies about which are more European than they are Chinese, which have, you know, same again, bought a few of these amps in you know, 10, 20, and then changed the face plates. This company here from, you know, it's a European company, has modeled theirs on a very much thicker face plate here, which is very solidly indeed. So to actual put these ones in the rack, you need actual serious length screws and solid screws, because this amp is very solid. It is built solidly, and Cousin Ren has done some serious internal work to this, not only changing up certain components to better value components, but also there has been a bit of reconstruction and rewiring done on the internal of this amp. So the layout, even though a lot of the amps have the same layout, the layout on this amp is slightly different as well. Big up Mr. Eastender, enough respect to see you. I'm going to be contacting you soon and we'll be chatting, yeah, definitely. Enough respect for watching. Mr. Ebony Showcase, my man right there, yeah. Lovely, lovely. Good to have you on board, Ebony. Hope you're good. Hope you and Anthony doing nice. Anyway, as I was saying, the front of this amp now is deep. The edge is very deep, where it's got a much thicker and solider faceplate. You can, like I say, you can find these. You'll pay the extra for certain faceplates, but you know, you can model them onto your amplifiers. Yeah. So that depends on the company again. So Ren has put this faceplate, because it is a much bigger and solid faceplate, on the front of the amplifier. Now, as I said, internally there has been more work done. Components have been changed, wiring has been changed around, and also certain other construction has been done internally to this amp, which normally you don't see. You see components change, but not the construction. The layout is virtually the same, but construction work has been done on the internal side of this amp to make it, again, more stable, you know, and a little more efficient, and give it some more life expectancy inside the amp itself. And also some more, a bit more magic work which Cousin Ren has done in there, which I will let people know as we go, you know, another time. Right, so I did actually, you know, I'm not supposed to be here too long because I've got so much to do today. But I thought, you know what, yeah, let me do this little video, show the people the APS Frank amp, as I call him, Frank, the Frankenstein version. So I'm going to quickly push a couple of tune into this one. As you can hear, the fans are quite loud, and the reason being is because that's been done as well. And we've got to make sure that an amp with this strength, as far as I'm concerned, has to stay cool. Has to stay cool. It has the temperature gauge on the front, as you can see here, as the rest of them do, but I don't want that temperature running high, because, you know, it is a strong amp. Yeah, so, right, let me find a signal, or a tune I should say, and we'll push a button. Let's push a button, see what we got there. Right, that's just the top section playing. in a second. I'm just going to touch this bass. I've got to be very careful because it's very powerful. Right, I'm going to touch this bass. And that's minimal. That's very minimal. And I've got my signal structure on this turned down really and truthfully. I've got it up on the bass end. I've got the signal structure turned, the input to the amp turned down, and the amp itself isn't turned up hard at all. So that amp is seriously powerful. I'm not going to turn it up, I'm just reproducing the tone. Because I don't want to blow my driver. As you can hear, there's things moving. But the tone on the amp is nice. Yeah, nice. Alright. That was just a quick vid on that amp. That's the APS Frank, as I call him, the APS prototype bass amp. And yeah, I'm gonna be coming back with some more info on that one as the week goes on. So we'll be chatting some more about that one as well, and some more about the amps that are coming out from over China. We'll be chatting about a couple of the new amps that came out from over Europe as well. And we're just gonna have a discussion this week, because I've been a bit lost last couple of months, things to do. So we're gonna be getting back on board with our sound system chats again. And before I gone, I want to say RIP to Wayne, Jag V12 Sound. Rest in peace, my friend. One of the sound system community, one of the big sound system communities. So big up Wayne, RIP, yeah. Right, I want to say big thanks to everybody for watching. And yeah, we've got some more sound system videos to come, and we'll be doing our sound system chats again. So Ebony, look out for that, because I want you on board again for that one. And we'll be having a sound system chat show again, you know, bring people on board, we can discuss things and blah blah blah, because there is a lot of chattings about this and that and that and this. And so I'd like to have some discussions with some of the mans, them, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, get as well as, you know, we'll have some chattings. We can have some education thrown down there as well. Because like I keep saying, no one man knows everything. And everybody don't tell me, oh, what do I know? You know what I mean? I know you've been in the game a while. Yeah, so it doesn't hurt to chat and say, well, you know, I like to do it this way, or I like to do it that way. You know, you're not pushing any secrets. You're just, you know, sharing the love. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you know, for once, you know, it don't hurt, mate. So I'm gonna start up 2026 again. We'll be having a few of them shows, get a few mans on boards. Let's do it. Let's do it properly. And you know what, if I can put it together also this year, I want to do a couple of the things that they're doing in America, you know, find a warehouse yard so we can do a couple of outside sound things, you know, 4-man, 5-man, all string up 1 stack each, blah 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 blah, you know, and do a couple of them this year. So I'm gonna look into a couple of things, see if we can do that. But yeah, you know what, yeah, time is rolling, I better do what I have to do. So big up all the sound community, yeah, and thank you very much for watching the video. Share the video, and keep on doing what you're doing, and keep looking out for the next slots. So from Father Chalky, Simple Things Audio, later will be great.